In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how you guys can spy on your competitors' email follow-up, get access to thousands of data so that you guys can actually use that and improve your conversion. So that's a question I get asked a lot of the times is, Steven, how can I improve my email template to increase my reviews? So a great way of doing that, obviously, number one is get more sales. The more sales you guys will get, you're automatically going to get more reviews. But number two is to study your competitors and find out exactly what your competitors are doing to get reviews, because they typically are either doing something illegal, black hat method, or on the other side of the coin, they have a really good follow-up system to be able to get 20, 30, 40% review rate. So like I said, on my end, the templates below that I'm going to show you get about 35% response rate, and then the reviews out of that I can get about 10 to 15%, which is amazing, guys. It's outstanding. But even more importantly, I get people to actually reply back to the email, saying, I love this, thank you so much, this is funny, so on and so forth. Okay, so we'll get into that. But how do you spy on your competitors, guys? It's very, very simple. Is number one, you're going to go through your competitors' listing and you're going to find out who's getting the most reviews for that listing. So study them, or hire a virtual assistant and give them 20 different ASINs and tell them to study it and find out who's getting more reviews every single day, or you can manually do it. And then once you see someone that keeps getting consistent 5-star reviews all the time, then you know that they most likely have good email sequence, and now it's time to spy on them. So how do you do that? Well, simple, guys. You just purchase their product. So purchase a handful of top reviewers and just go through their emails, and they're going to start emailing you, and you're going to be able to receive their email sequence and see which ones you like, which ones you don't like. You can mix and match them, and you can figure this out. So instead of you guys spending hours or hiring someone to create this email sequence, you can either, number one, spy on your competitors, or number two, use my templates that I'm about to show you. Either one is totally up to you, but that's what I'm saying. It's straightforward in regards to how you do it. Just copy them. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. Just copy them, find out exactly what their email sequence is, and then you could get that. You could follow it. Now, another cool tip is if you plan on returning the product, just wait a handful of days, like at least up to 10 days, guys, to receive mostly all their follow-ups. Because if you get the product and cancel it within 2-3 days, you might not get their email on day 5 or 7 or whatever. So I typically wait up to 10 days, and then you can send it back to get your money back, or you can just put it as a business expense and just keep the product, especially if it's a product that you're going to use and you like, okay? So I would recommend, again, not sending more than 3 emails. I've seen follow-ups where it's like 8 or 9, and it's within the month too. And to me, it's just a little bit too much, and if we get too many of those sellers doing this, we're just going to lose the way to email them, and that's what happened with phone calls. Phone numbers. We used to have access to people's phone numbers, but what happened is sellers were taking advantage of that and harassing customers, calling them throughout the day, night, and so on and so forth. And what customers ended up doing is just complaining to Amazon, and Amazon took that away from us. So I believe that could happen with email follow-ups if we take advantage, or if we keep abusing it. So definitely don't take advantage of it. I say 3 emails is plenty, and that should be good enough to build rapport, introduce yourself, and ask for the review, okay? So here you guys go. Here is the review that gets me a 30 to 35% response rate and about 10 to 15% review rate, okay? So the first email is right here. Subject is Amazon.com. Please read. Why do I put Amazon.com? Because it shows that it's coming from Amazon, it's authority, and it increases the chance of opening the account, especially if they're buying from Amazon. They might think there's an issue with the order. They might think that there's a promotion, whatever the case may be that's going through their mind. It just helps open this email. And like I said, guys, I've tested multiple different emails. I've tested probably, to be honest with you guys, probably about 60 to 70 different templates in regards to the subject lines, the content of the template, and this is by far the best template I've found that can convert the product as high as possible. Like I said, 10 to 15%, which is amazing, okay? So here it goes. Hello, customer name. First off, thank you so much for your recent order of whatever you purchased, fish oil. Recently, we had a problem with our delivery service being a bit rough with our packages, and I'm personally following up on every order to ensure everything ordered arrived in perfect condition. So some of you guys might be listening to this or reading this and saying, that sounds a little bit negative, showing that we're not professional and like we had issues. But really, people love that we're actually saying that I'm personally following up and that I want to make sure that everything is fine. Okay, so if you have any issues whatsoever, please respond to the email, and I'll personally ensure that things are made right for you. Okay, so that's email number 2. Email number 2, sorry, that's email number 1. Email number 2, you blast off. And sorry, for this email, I usually put this within, I send it off within 2 days of the product being shipped out. Okay, so this one gets shipped out this email gets sent out 2 days after Amazon ships out the product. So I know that they've received it, because typically most of these sellers are going to be Amazon Prime shoppers, and they're going to receive it within 2 days. Okay, so email number 2, customer name, so John, surprise inside. Thanks for hanging out in there while we sort out some of our shipping issues. Thank you for being such an awesome customer. I wanted to offer you a 20% off coupon to any product in our catalog. No catch, just wanted to show our appreciation. Simply respond to this email saying you'd like a coupon, and I will send you one your way. So this right here is we're now giving before we're asking for a review, which is super important, is you want to give value before you ask. Okay, too many people ask before they give value. This is a perfect example to give them a 20% off coupon code for a delivery issue when there's really no delivery issue. You already know that, but now you're just going out of your way and giving them an extra 20% to make them feel special, and now you're getting them to actually respond to you, and then you can now see the feedback and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's email number 2. I typically ship that out or send that out on day like 4 or 5 just to follow up, because now I know they received it. I want to make sure they received it, and I follow up. Okay, then the final email is what concludes this, and it's what summarizes everything, and this is where I get the most feedback. Okay, so subject, Amazon.com, quick question. Hello, John. By now you have had a chance to try out our fish oil. I just wanted to quickly check in and make sure that everything went perfectly with your purchase. If you are happy, we are wondering if you could leave an honest review. Amazon customers rely heavily on reviews, yet so few Amazon customers ever take the time to write them. Okay, so if you do have time, it would mean the world to us. Don't believe us? Each time someone just like you leaves us a product review, a buzzer goes off in our office. Our entire team hears it and begins to cheer. One of our interns named Little Timmy grows a little bit taller, and our grumpiest employee, Donald, just gets a bit less grumpy. You don't want Little Timmy to stay small forever, do you? Review link. Thank you again for spreading the love with company. Our company name. Thank you again, and hope to hear from you soon. Great regards. Okay, so this makes it as making it like that you're not demanding for it. It's open. It's easy. They feel comfortable. It can make them laugh, and it's going to be unique compared to everyone else doing it, because everyone else just goes and asks for the exact review. So thank you so much. Please leave us a review, so on and so forth. So this is the approach I use. Like I said, you guys can put anything you want. You can create your own one. Email number 3, though, asking for the review, I would always make it in a style like this, where you're making a little joke in regards to the reviews. And I've seen some really, really good emails follow-ups for email 3 like this. Like, some are hilarious out there. So if you guys can make the customer laugh, it's definitely going to make them spend a second, to jump to Amazon and just leave that review. And always leave a link, guys, for the review. You never know if the customer knows how to leave a review or where to find it, so just make it easy for them. Put the review link, and it'll take them straight to all their products that they purchased in the last 30 days or whatever on Amazon, and they can just leave a review. Okay, so this is a template, guys. This one again, I would send out on day like 5 or day 7. I would send this one day 7. Day 4, 5, and day 2 for this one. Okay, so this is the email sequence. Like I said, I would follow this to the T. If you want to switch it up, you're more than welcome. But this is the one that's able to give me up to 15% review rate on average. Most of my email sequence follow-ups would give me about 2 to 3%. So able to do 10 to 15 is amazing, guys. Like I said, and some of you guys might now be asking and saying, "Hey, but you just told us not to go over 10%." And 100%, you're totally right. This probably won't get you 15% right away, depending on the sales, but it could. If it does, then that's your choice. You might want to slow it down just as you're starting. As you're building your brand and you've been selling for longer than 6-7 months, it's okay to keep going higher and higher in review rate. Just don't jump and get 60-70% review rate right away as a new seller that just launched, because that's definitely going to send a warning to Amazon. So just build it up properly, guys, and eventually you'll be able to get up to 15% and be comfortable and not get flagged by Amazon. So hopefully you guys like these email follow-ups and helps you out. I'll see you guys into the next video here on seller feedback and how we can turn that into a positive for you guys. I'll see you guys there.